Content and keyword tools, this is the easiest one, so I won't spend too much time on that. With keyword tools, in my opinion, what you should be looking for, I have been doing SEO for a long time now, and if I was evaluating a tool or a tool set, this is really what I'd be looking at, make sure it provides me with. Data sources. I think this is the most important thing you need from a tool set. You need something that's going to give you more than one set of data, because you can't trust just a single set of data. If you just go to the AdWords keyword tool and it tells you something searched for 30,000 times in a month, you can't actually believe that. If you've ever ranked #1 for that keyword, even let's say you get 40% of those clicks, like when AOL leaked their data and said that you got, that you don't actually get that much. So you need a couple other third parties to let you know what they are seeing. I know it doesn't come directly from Google, so if you use something like SEMrush, they are using third-party search engines to provide you with this data, but it's going to give you a better idea of what you can actually expect, so you can decide, is it worth my time? Easy list building and tagging. If any of you have ever tried to build out a recommendation for which keywords you should be targeting on each page, wouldn't it be nice if you could just tag them all so you'd always have them as a group? So if you go to a client, you can say, all right, I want to focus on these 1 to 3 keywords for each page, and then you have it already organized without you having to do any of that manual labor. And then insights I'll be talking a little bit about soon. With content, what we're looking for are tools to help us with content creation, because good content is worth paying for, and that's what I'm going to talk about in just a little bit. Whether you're paying $40 for a piece of content, or maybe you're able to do it in-house if you're lucky enough to have a good staff for that, you need some kind of tool to help you with that process. And for me, when I look at content tools, I'm looking at them to let me know what the anchor text is, so I don't have to go through and look at every single link. I want something to crawl the page for me and let me know what links we're using and what text we're using around them. Duplicate content checker, that's pretty self-explanatory. And then the last one I think people overlook a lot, content reading level. I don't know if you guys saw it, but over on Search Engine Land, I want to say it was in September or October, they actually had a study that came out that it came directly from Google that said we actually looked at the reading level of the content on the page. We want to make sure that this is actually quality content that we're serving up to our user, and that it's a good fit based on their search history. And so nobody's actually looking at that, and it's something there's a lot of tools out there that can just analyze the content for you. It might tell you, hey, this is at a 10th grade reading level, so hey, this is somewhere in the middle. This is somewhere that's going to be good for us. You want to make sure it's not too advanced. And one that I forgot to include in here that I'll mention now, it's off the top of my head. There's a really cool tool out there. It's free, and it's called the WeWe Calculator. And the idea behind it is you run your site through it, and it's not dirty. I like that that's exactly where you go. The idea behind it is it's going to let you know how often you're talking about your own company versus talking to your visitor. And that's a big problem with a lot of us. When somebody goes to our page, we just keep talking about how great we are, and we never actually identify with any problems that they have, that's a problem. And this calculator will really put it in perspective. It'll say, hey, 80% of the time you're using words like we or whatever your company name is, and so they'll be able to put some insight into that for you. All right, so keyword data sources. This one, I'm sure you guys are very familiar. This is a tool set that's been around for a very long time. You have your SpyFu, your SEMrush, Word Tracker, WordStream. These are all really solid tools. Like I said before, making sure that you check multiple data sources, that's where you're going to want to go. This is where I think the value is, keyword insights, and I think you're going to start to see this a lot more from those other keyword research providers as well. SEOmoz has a great tool that helps check the strength of the search results for you, so could I realistically rank for this keyword given my current client's site? So they'll analyze the search for you, give you an idea of just how competitive this particular search result is. And then with Raven, one thing that we do is we'll actually take it a step further, and we want to let you know where some opportunities are that you might be overlooking. So traditionally when you do keyword research, you're looking for more than just search volume, hopefully. You're looking at conversions, engagement with your audience. And so our tool, and you could do this manually too, just by going in your analytics, actually looking at what your bounce rates are for particular keywords. If somebody were to find your page using a particular keyword, are they actually finding what they're looking for? Or maybe you should be targeting it on a different page. So trying to get these insights so you can better target your campaign would be very valuable. This study that comes out from Hitwise just about every quarter, I think, is really interesting. And it's looking at the percentage of U.S. clicks by number of keywords. And what we're seeing is over the last year, people are getting more and more and more specific. So instead of using 3 or 4 words, as you can see, that's been dropping down in the last year. And look at the one word. It's gone up 4% in the last year. And I think that's a lot has to do with the types of search results that Google's providing now. You have your instant search. So people are able to find it in just one word. And so a lot of us, we used to think, hey, if we were to target, longer tail keywords, it might benefit us because it might be a little bit easier to rank for. We know we're on target, but maybe now you need to start stepping back and considering, do we need to go broader in order to reach our audience, since they might not be searching that in depth anymore. When it comes to content creation, these are some of the best tools out there. If you do not have a writing staff to help you with this, and you don't know a good consultant, I know there are some of them in here, so they'd be more than happy to help you. Brian Eisenberg, he highly recommends Writer Access. I think he might be on the board, but he says that it's super high quality content. It's not too expensive. Text brokers only they actually base the price of the article based on how long you need it to be. You can tell them what keyword to be focusing on, so you can get this kind of content to help get it out there faster, so you can rank for more keywords, you can target more links, you can get more guest blog posts out there, and you can review it. You don't just have to accept what they give you. That's sort of the problem that you might run into with an Elance text broker. You get to review the content that they submit to you, and then you can say, all right, I don't like this, or this one's going to work for us, we'll actually pay for this one. So there are a lot of opportunities out there for you to get this content. And then my favorite part is the content and anchor text analysis. So if you haven't used a tool called Screaming Frog yet, it is extremely powerful. They're UK based. I want to say it's like a $100 fee. It's a software that you actually download, and it is amazing. They will actually crawl your entire site. They'll let you know what every title tag is, every H1, every link that you have on there. It even looks at your external backlinks as well. And a nice summary. I mean, they separate it for you, so you're not having to dig through it like we used to all do with like Xenu or something like that. So you'll see where the broken links are. I really like to run this on competitor sites as well. I like to see what keywords they're focusing on in their anchor text, see if they actually know what they're doing from an SEO perspective, because they might be just getting lucky. We might see them in there and they're not actually targeting anything, so there might be some opportunity for you to capitalize on it. I actually like to run this on what you used to be able to do in Google, and there's some instances where you can do something similar. Is if you were logged out, so you don't have the personalized results, and you used to be able to grab the search result link. So whenever you search for like SEO tools, go up, grab the URL, and you could run it through one of these tools, and they'll spider the top 10 results for you. So you could be looking at all of them at once, which would save you a ton of time. And I know I do that for keyword research as well. Certain tools that will allow you to put in a URL, you'll see that in like an SEMrush. So they'll analyze the page content. You can do this for Wikipedia pages too. I like to go to wherever I can find the heaviest pieces of content and run them through there so I can get some ideas behind it and see what that search volume is.